So there's been a lot of buzz lately about these so-called 15 or $20,000 tiny homes. Headlines keep popping up saying Americans are buying these cheap prefab houses, and on the surface it sounds almost too good to be true. Can you really buy a home for under $20,000? The short answer is yes, but the details matter a lot, and most of these are kits or shells, not fully finished houses you can just move into the same day. Let's break down what you're actually getting at this price point and why so many people are still talking about them. First off, the most common listings you'll see under that $20,000 range are cabin kits or flat pack tiny homes. These usually include the basics: the structural shell with walls, a roof, maybe a floor frame, and usually some doors and windows. For example, one kit called the Walnut Cabin runs just under 7 grand and gives you about 150 square feet of space. It ships with lumber pre-cut for walls, floor, roof, plus windows and doors. But that's just the structure. No plumbing, no wiring, no foundation, no interior finish. So you still have to put in the electrical system, water, heating or cooling, and all the finish work. Same story with the Chloe Cabin kit, around $7,300. You get pre-assembled roof gables and doors, but no utilities or interior. These are solid kits for DIYers, but not move-in ready. Some kits get closer to that full house feel, but still fall short. The Nook 4-season kit for just over $9,000 gives you thermal pane windows. It even claims to be more energy efficient than a standard summer house. It still skips plumbing and wiring. The Alva Garden House, another kit under 10 grand, is a log-style cabin shell with roof framing included. Again, you have to finish the inside yourself. The Pond House, also under $10,000, comes with partial insulation, but not the full 4-season upgrade. If you live somewhere cold, you'd need to invest more in making it winter ready. Some listings push the marketing a bit further. A so-called modern container home listed at around $9,500 claims it includes plumbing, electricity, a kitchen, a bathroom, doors, and windows. That sounds like a huge step up, but the fine print is important. A lot of times these container homes arrive with minimal systems that still need upgrades to meet US building codes, and even if plumbing or wiring is included, you still have to hook it up to real utilities. That means septic or sewer, power, and water lines, which aren't cheap to install. Delivery is another hidden cost. A prefab cabin might be listed at $10,000, but if shipping isn't included, you could pay thousands more just to get it onto your property, especially if you need a crane or heavy equipment to place it. This is where the trade-offs really kick in. The price looks amazing, but you've got to factor in all the things not mentioned in the listing. Foundations are almost never included. That means you need to pour a slab, set footings, or build piers before the home can sit safely. Electrical wiring is often limited to just a stub or conduit. Fixtures and panels are on you. Plumbing is usually missing or minimal, and if you want heating and cooling, you'll need to install a mini split system or other system. Another thing beginners should know: a lot of these budget kits are what's called 3-season. That means they're fine for spring, summer, and fall, but not designed for harsh winters. The insulation may be thin or missing entirely, and the structural ratings for wind and snow loads may be minimal. If you live in a northern state or anywhere with hurricanes or heavy storms, that's something you absolutely have to check. And remember, local zoning and permits can be deal breakers. Some counties won't let you live in a tiny cabin kit full-time unless it meets code for a permanent dwelling. Others classify them as sheds or accessory buildings, which means you can only use them as offices or guest houses. So why are Americans still jumping on these listings? Honestly, it's the appeal of the price and the idea of freedom. The thought of owning a little home for 15 or 20 grand feels revolutionary when normal houses cost hundreds of thousands of dollars.